Club Revolution is the outreach ministries of Ogden Student Ministries. This summer we're headed to spread God's revolution in Detroit. We'll pray with whoever God leads us to in the homeless parks and bus depots of Detroit. We're going to feed over 1,000 people through serving the Detroit Rescue Mission in downtown Detroit. We'll worship cross-culturally at one of Detroit's infamous inner-city churches. But our biggest project will be the revolutionizing of the Detroit Rescue Mission's Genesis House Daycare and Playroom. The Genesis House is Detroit Rescue Mission's women's and children's shelter for women who are dealing with drug and alcohol addiction issues. They get to bring their children with them to the rehab inpatient center, unlike most rehabs, and that way they do not have to give up possession or custody of their children, and the already cramped up foster care system in Detroit isn't riddled with as many children than it already has. Already there are no homes for these children who would be eligible for foster care, but there's no space for them. The Children's Daycare Center and Playroom is in horrendous condition. And it's not the fault of Detroit Rescue Mission or the Genesis House, but they just don't have enough space for the children who live there to play in a clean and organized environment. There's not enough storage, the flooring is tile and not very soft and inviting. There's toys everywhere and pieces to toys all missing. Almost all of the toys are almost unusable because they're pieces that make them work are not all present. So we have little kitchens with no pots and pans, and we have art tables with no paper and colored pencils and things like that. So what we're going to do is just go in there and revitalize with new storage, soft flooring, fresh paint to give the room a bigger look because what's in there now is so dark, and on and on and on. We're going to give the place a $3,000 improvement, and that will be done largely through the rummage sale that we're holding on May 18th. Students will raise $150 each to cover their own food, lodging, and fun experiences of this trip, including a Detroit Tigers baseball game at Comerica Park, exploration of downtown Royal Oak and Detroit, and a Saturday celebration at C.J. Barrymore's Fun Park. But we're asking the good people of Ogden Church and Lenawee County to consider helping towards the actual $3,000 revolution of the daycare and playroom in the Genesis House. There are 3 ways you can help. The first one is to donate items or cash to our rummage sale right at Ogden Church. The proceeds from this sale go towards our goal of investing $3,000 in the Genesis House. Items can be dropped off at any church or OSM event or service from Wednesday, May 8th till our prep event held Friday, May 18th. If none of these dates work, the gym will also be open during any office hours during the week. If you have any questions, just contact me, Pastor Brent, at 517-260-4403. The second way you can help is by praying about the idea of helping a teen who needs to be able to get on the trip but doesn't quite have the funds. We'll be taking a love offering on Student Sunday, May 19th, and that will be a golden opportunity for you to just say, hey, young person, we want to help you to be on this amazing trip. All of the students who receive help will be regular Ogden Student Ministry attendees. All students who receive help also find ways to say thanks by serving around the church. We like to charge our regular OSM leaders only half for the trip, which would be $75. And so this offering will help with that endeavor, as well as help to offer discounts to families who have more than one kid attending the trip. So that's a love offering on Student Sunday, May 19th. And then finally, the third way you can help is by praying for our trip. Our hope and prayer is for God to move the right students to attend, first of all, and then to allow us to meet and pray with and get to know some of the people we're helping and actually get to see some of the fruit of our labor. We want God to soften hearts of students in love for people who are far different than them. Being born into better circumstances does not make us better people. That's one of the lessons we want the kids to learn. And then finally, pray that God will help attendees to see the importance in investing in ministries that take the ministry past simply helping and also teach people how to help themselves and others in connection with the Almighty God. That's our hope and that's our prayer. I hope you have an amazing week. I hope you have an amazing summer. And I hope you see God at work in your life and the lives around you. God bless, and may the revolution continue.